everybody, Andy back this week again with some more dinosaur reviews. This week I'm going to try to get through a couple of the new Safari LTD models that they released for the 2018 season. I'm going to start with two of them. One will be the Amargasaurus, the other the Triceratops. I'm going to start with probably my least favorite out of all of the dinosaurs that they've released this year, and start with the Amargasaurus. A lot of people probably won't agree with me because I saw quite a few people stating how beautiful they thought the figure was, but honestly I wasn't very impressed. I mean, it's not terrible, but I feel like they left out a lot of detail. I mean, there's no real like skin folds or anything like that. They got a lot of good scales on it, and I mean, you can see that there's not really anything detail-wise that they really spent a lot of time putting into this. And it's very fat. I'm not sure why, but you get, oh, I'm trying to get a, there you go. Yeah, it's very fat. So it's very, wherever it lived, it was very well fed. The leg seems to be bent in kind of an awkward stance. I don't know. I wasn't very impressed with it. Something about it just doesn't really do it for me. It's not the worst figure I've ever seen. And as far as the paint scheme goes, I'm also not a huge fan of it. It's also not the worst, like I said, the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not that great. Something about it just doesn't really do it for me. The scales look pretty good. I mean, the head was sculpted pretty well, but the overall appearance of it just isn't the best. I believe this dinosaur, I bought it from the Safari website on the Black Friday sale, so it was like 35% off or 40, something like that. And but it regularly retails for I think $24.99. I'm not sure how many other websites currently have it out for sale, as it's pretty new, but I will link you guys to the Safari website for that. I also, as I said, am going to review the Triceratops. Now this figure is much better than the other one. I really like this figure a lot. I like the pose overall. They put some more significant, more detail into this one than they did with the Amargasaurus. For some reason mine came with a little paint chip on his horn. I don't know why that happened, but it did. I mean, the one thing I will say about Safari this year, for some reason with the figures that I got, the paints are pretty sloppy. I mean, if you really look up here at the frill, that's really sloppy the way they put that on there. Then it's a little paint chip on the horn. Maybe I'm just being a little too picky, I don't know. Maybe I just expect more out of my dinosaurs. But the sculpt, as far as this one goes, like I said, is really, really nice. The paint scheme isn't half bad at all, aside from the sloppy way they put it on. But overall, this figure is much better than the other one, and one of my favorites from this year's line. Decent detailing. If they just had a better, less sloppy paint job on this, I would have been head over heels in love, because I do love Triceratops. And as far as scientific accuracy, he looks pretty accurate to me. I don't know everything exactly about them, but it looks good. If I had to make a suggestion, if you were deciding between this one or the Amargasaurus, which one to get, I would definitely recommend the Triceratops over the Amargasaurus. It's cheaper. I believe it's $11.99, I think, on the Safari website. The last I checked, they had a sale going on right now as of making this video. I think it's still going on. It was about 25% off, so it would be a good time to get on there and grab one of these. The Amargasaurus, that's really your call. As I said before, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. He doesn't want to stand up. But it's definitely not the best. I much rather the Collect A version over this one. It's just their deluxe version is much nicer in my opinion than this one is. But to each his own. Some people may like this one a lot better than I do. I'm not really sure. Really, it's your choice. I just wanted to give you guys a chance to get a look at them and decide, since they're fresh off the market. Fresh on the market. They're fresh. Okay, yeah, tell me, guys, what you think about them in the comments, and like, subscribe, comment, please. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.